is often forgetting almost everything they learn. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's that we read books and then forget everything. We meet up and have meetings with our bosses, and we can barely recall what was discussed. Unless it's information that relates directly to our lives, we tend to forget it all. We watch movies, and a few months later, we can hardly remember anything except maybe the basic plot. We check out loads of videos on YouTube, soaking in a ton of knowledge, yet end up forgetting it too. It gets to a point where many of us feel a bit disheartened about learning. So what's the purpose of studying if we forget almost everything? In this video, I'll share with you how to completely tackle this issue. Let's dive into this together. How can we remember the knowledge we've learned? We can say it's about remembering firmly and not forgetting, no matter the subject. I do have some experience with this, and I'm here to share it with you as your test subject. You might think that since I'm making this video right now, I must have a slide or some notes. But actually, I have no preparation at all. This isn't carelessness, it's proof that I remember very clearly what I'm going to say to you. If I were suddenly asked to give a presentation on a topic in 1 hour, just give me that hour for preparation, and I assure you I would present as if I had been preparing for a month. I'm going to share 3 steps with you on how to remember well and for a long time, no matter what you're studying. Whether you're reading the news, listening to an audiobook, or learning from someone's experiences, you can remember it all effectively with this method. Let's jump into the first part right away. This method originates from a very simple idea. Start learning and remembering things you genuinely enjoy. It may sound a bit silly, but it's true. We tend to remember things we're passionate about for a much longer time. You must be genuinely interested to learn effectively. No matter how much you stress your brain, it will forget if you're not engaged. This is a reality we must accept. We naturally hold on to things that excite us and easily forget those that don't spark our interest. So start with what you like. This could be any field in the world, even those that some might consider unproductive, like gaming. If you find something engaging and healthy, go ahead and learn about it. I'm saying this seriously, folks. Life is colorful. Besides economics, philosophy, and literature, there are plenty of other fascinating topics with their own unique value. Everyone is born with their own set of interests and joys. No one has the right to push you around. If you love traveling, dive into everything about it. Study, read books, watch films about travel, and even go travel. That will be your core interest and the key that helps you remember. Just a quick note. I'll repeat step 1. Start with what you genuinely love. Some people might say, if I keep focusing on games, I'll end up just reading about video games all the time, and that might make me dull. But you need to understand that knowledge and education are never stagnant. They're always evolving. When you read about games, for instance, initially, you might just look up how to play them. Read things that are healthy and informative. There's no way you'll go off track. In the beginning, you could be reading guides on gaming. Then slowly, you become interested. Oh, this character looks poorly designed. Wouldn't it be cool if I could tweak it a bit, make it taller, or have it lose some weight? You follow your curiosity step by step. Before you know it, you'll find yourself exploring and reading materials on character design, game programming, and who knows. You might even land a great job in programming, which is highly valued in today's world. How will you ever know where knowledge can take you if you don't take that first step, explore, and learn just a bit? That's step 1. Engage with knowledge and information that you truly enjoy and feel passionate about. Now we're going to move on to part 2, which is almost the easiest part of this whole method. Once you've found the field that you enjoy, let's say you love football, right? You'll watch football, read about it, and admire Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. You'll want to read articles about them because when you love something, you naturally want to know more. Even if you consider reading books to be boring, I guarantee that when you read about what you love, you'll be fully engaged. It's always like that, especially with news and in-depth analyses of topics you're passionate about. So, the second step is just a little piece of advice. Whatever you love, whatever topic you're interested in, start reading and watching about it. Now that you have the first 2 steps clear, let's move on to step 3, which is crucial for helping you lock in the knowledge you've learned into your brain. I promise that even 3 to 5 years later, you'll still remember it. Step 3 is about recalling what you've read or watched. In psychology, this term is called recall, and it refers to the ability to remember. Among all the methods of memorization, recall is the simplest and most effective way for us to naturally retain knowledge. Its workings are quite simple. When you go through an experience, if you take the time to remember it, you'll hold on to that memory. Let's consider how painful memories are often hard to forget. Do you know why that is? It's because the person who experiences that pain constantly struggles with it, replaying it in their mind. Some breakups stay in a person's mind for a lifetime because they keep recalling that moment over and over, year after year, sometimes right until the end of their life. Now, applying this recall to learning and memory is where it gets interesting. Imagine reading an article, watching a movie, or diving into a chapter of a book. Once you're done, take a moment to ask yourself one crucial question. What part of the knowledge you've just absorbed did you find most interesting and exciting? Just that one question. I suggest you use the 50-50 rule. For instance, if you have an hour to read, divide your time into two halves. Spend 30 minutes reading, and then take the other 30 minutes to think about the question I mentioned. Within the book or chapter you just read, identify what aspect you found most interesting and exciting. Think about it in your mind and answer that question for yourself. Or if you watch this video, after watching, take 15 minutes to reflect on it. Ask yourself, what part of my video did you find most intriguing and enjoyable? Take the time to ponder this, and don't be lazy about thinking. As you ask yourself this question, your brain starts to engage, to remember, and it engages in long-term retention because there's a strong stimulating factor at play: your passion and interest. This recall can become a burden if you force your brain to remember things you're not interested in. But if it's something you genuinely love, it becomes a gift you're giving to your mind. Remember to continually ask yourself about the movie you watched. What was the segment or detail that intrigued you the most? That's when you start to think about it more deeply. Just follow my advice, and you'll see that you'll remember everything vividly, with knowledge overflowing in your mind. I always have a dream that if, for example, one of my videos gets watched by 10,000 people, I'd be thrilled if just 500 of them took action, because I'll have helped hundreds of people change their lives, even if they don't know who I am or I don't know who they are. That kind of positive change in life is something to celebrate. So keep pushing yourself, read books, watch movies, seek out positive information sources, and after you're done, take a moment to ask yourself, within what you just explored, what stood out as the most interesting part for you? Imagine you read a 300-page book. What would that look like? Just read a few pages, then pause and reflect. Ask yourself what you find most interesting and appealing about the book. That way you can remember something meaningful. You can take out a piece of paper and write down what you love most, or jot it right in the book. With a 300-page book, you can easily learn 100 fascinating things, passionately and memorably. That's the wonderful part, friends. This is how you read a book and fully enjoy it, rather than finishing it and forgetting everything. Remember this: the method I'm sharing with you consists of 3 simple steps. First, choose materials in a field you love. Second, start learning. Once you've picked something interesting, dive in and study diligently. And third, after finishing, take some time to think about one key question. In the book or knowledge you've just explored, what stands out as the most exciting and intriguing part for you? Then write down your answer. No need for lots of pages. Sometimes, just one thing is enough. This way, whether it's 3 years or 5 years later, you might still remember it because it's etched in your mind. If you come across really amazing books, you might want to revisit them after a year or 6 months. Just follow the methods I've shared in this video, and even 10 years down the line, you won't forget the knowledge from that book. Trust me, and you'll transform into a different person. So, listen to my advice and take action. Once you've successfully applied these techniques, come back and share your results with me. Thank you for watching this video.